Here, 80s, mid-80s, and sunshine all weekend long, no rain. There might have been a little bit of a sprinkle or two, but for the most part, it was really beautiful. Christine, you traveled, Manaski traveled, and I'm interested in the gas prices as you guys travel around the country.
Yes, I traveled from Mississippi to North Carolina, and the highest gas prices I encountered were in South Carolina, and I paid $2.49 a gallon.
Wow,
there.
which is more than what we're paying here. Maybe somewhat close, but more than what we're paying here.
That's outrageous. I actually, going down the coast there, I got to be honest with you. You know, I was on 81 and 88 in the Binghamton, Oneonta area. We took Route 8. So I saw the cheapest prices in New York were here. Whereas like $2.19 here.
Yeah.
I mean, it was $2.35, $2.39 at points going south throughout the state. The cheapest gas we got was actually in South Carolina, Christine. It was in Myrtle Beach. We paid $1.87 before we left, which was like, it's just unbelievable. You fill your tank on $19. It's
I paid. I was in the leather stocking region over the weekend, and I paid $2.11 down in the valley. $2.11 is a pretty good price.
It is
for summertime prices. So these gas prices mean to continue here to stay really low.
Yep.
And
I think I was just at a bad spot.
Pleasant.
I think it was the only place in the area.
I think when you get on the highways, that you find gas stations that take advantage of the fact that it's tourist traffic, and people traveling, and they like to hit you, like buying gas on the thruway. Although something happened a few years back, and the thruway gas prices are a little lower than sometimes lower than what you'd pay right in your own neighborhood, which is kind of different and cool. I don't know why they do that. Maybe it's for trying to get people to travel through New York and not hit them with high gas prices. Pokemon Go, still in the news. I got to tell you, drive by these locations, especially if you drive by at night. I don't know what the nighttime does, but it's really unbelievable that these people start gathering like at a library. They become arenas, or the auditorium is an arena. So you'll drive by and, 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, you're going to see a whole group of people standing out there walking around looking at their cell phones. It's crazy to watch. Now, there was a story out of the State Department. State Department spokesperson John Kirby caught a reporter playing Pokemon Go during a press briefing on ISIS last week and called him out on it right in front of everybody. Listen to this.
As the Secretary said earlier today, though, and I think it's an important reminder, you're playing the Pokemon thing right there, aren't you?
I'm just keeping an eye on it.
Can you believe that?
One?
No, the signal's not very good.
Sorry about that.
They're doing a briefing on ISIS. Well, apparently it's all the same stuff, right? Over and over again. So he's playing Pokemon Go.
I have a question.
What an idiot.
I was going to ask this, and I didn't think we would get into it. Apparently, there's news this morning, if we would call it news, that there's a guy in Brooklyn who became the first in the United States to capture all 142 Pokemon monsters. I guess there's a bit of pride that goes with that. He's the first in the U.S. There's more that are only available in other countries, but the U.S. version has 142. He's captured them all. I guess my question is,
what do you do after you capture them all?
Find a life? I don't know.
Something to do
with yourself. Yeah. But so he's from Brooklyn. Does he have to travel like all across the country to capture these, or are there like if there's a Keeler Pokemon? I don't know the name of the characters. Can you find him in Utica and Brooklyn and Texas and Florida?
I don't
know what I mean.
I know there's a Brindisi Pokemon character, and he's in Philadelphia right now, who's standing by on the line right now from the convention.
Well, Pikachu is speaking at the convention tonight, so I'm looking forward to hearing what Pikachu has to say.
It'll be he's one of the protesters with Bernie Sanders people out there, I think. Good morning, Anthony Brindisi, and in Philadelphia. So how about the WikiLeaks mess and Wasserman stepping down? All of a sudden, it looks like there might be a lot of controversy and protesters at the Democratic National Convention.
I have a feeling that the Democratic convention is going to be a little more chaotic than maybe the Republican is. I think overall the Democrats are pretty united in their candidate, but there's a lot of Bernie supporters that are here that are not very happy with what's coming out. And I can tell you from our own district, we have 5 representatives from the congressional district as delegates.
Yeah.
Because Bernie won our district, 3 of them are supporters, 2 of them are Hillary supporters. So there's a lot of Bernie supporters here, and they're not happy.
You know what I find to be interesting is and we'll just call them the anarchists of the parties. Both parties had the protest vote, the anarchists. What's interesting is in the Republican Party, the anarchists got their way. Donald Trump is their nominee. So the people that were upset and protesting, remember they tried to change the voting rules on Monday last week at the Republican convention. They were more mainstream politicians, political type people, political delegates. They knew the system. They're not newcomers. Unfortunately, on the Democrat side, the quote-unquote anarchists didn't get their way. The establishment candidate is in, and that could mean stronger protests on the Democrat side, I think.
It'll be interesting. You know, what happens on the floor is going to be very interesting. I think this is going to be one of the most exciting conventions. Conventions are supposed to be boring.
Yeah.
You know, if you go back in time, obviously, you go back to the 60s and, you know, FDR time and everything, they were very exciting. You weren't sure who the candidates were going to be. They were actually nominated at the convention.
And we have officially lost the assemblyman. He had a tough connection. If you can get him back, Andrew, let's do it. But he's there. He'll be there all week long and checking in with us. But interesting that the thought is that maybe, Christine, all the protesting is going to be the fire is going to be coming out of the Democratic convention.
Yeah, and I think that's valid.
Yeah, I think it is valid as well. Here's do we have him back? Yes, no, because I'll go to a. Yeah, I think we do. We've got him back here. Clearly, whatever your service provider is, they don't like it in Philadelphia.
I think it's a Bernie supporter.
It could be, yeah. So, all right. So today you're going to get Michelle Obama. What else is on the agenda today?
Well, tonight Bernie is supposed to be speaking tonight, so it'll be interesting how the reaction goes for the whole thing and what his supporters do on the floor when he's speaking.
Now he has he's really decided that he's going to support Hillary Clinton. This WikiLeaks thing could maybe change it. These emails out there could change it. But one of the things he did want was Wasserman to step down, and that's been announced that after this convention, she's stepping down.
Right. And she would have to step down anyways after the president is elected, so it's not a huge surprise, but it's not something the Democrats want right now going into the convention. They want to show party unity. They want to show that everyone's on the same page and happy and supportive of Hillary Clinton, so we'll see what happens, but hopefully the convention goes off without a hitch. One
of the things we heard, Anthony, out of the convention, the Republican convention, was that the security was just incredible. Do you see the same thing there?
I came in last night. I can tell you in the hotel. I'm staying in the hotel with the New York delegation and the Virginia delegation, which is pretty interesting because the presidential pick and the vice presidential pick are from New York and Virginia.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get here, first thing they did is they had one of those mirrors where they look under your car to see if there's any bombs. There's a heavy police presence in the hotel, so you feel pretty safe being here, but there is a pretty strong police presence in the city, I can tell you that.
Pretty interesting. All right. Well, listen, we'll check in with you again tomorrow morning, and we appreciate the update from there. You are a delegate there, right?
I am a delegate. Yes, I am.
All right. Well, good luck. Very interesting to see the battle with the Hillarys versus the Bernies. It's going to be really interesting.
We'll see what happens.
All right. Anthony Brindisi, thanks so much.
Thanks,